Well, we're back again, folks. This is part 9 to my collection, and now we've moved on to 2020, the year that I've been mostly active on. And what a year that's been as well. Lots of fun, and this is when I kind of started to get a little bit more connected to the game. I'm just going to click on here for stuff while I go ahead and do this. It might be a bit harder to do due to the fact that, like, at this point, I've kind of went in depth with all these characters in 2019, but I'll go into more, let's just go ahead and just talk about this stuff here. So, the next, oh, by the way, I like how this was laid out like that. He's like he's dancing on the boxes, but alrighty. So the next character we're gonna talk about is Ellie. Ellie is an original character. She was actually made by the Pixel team. She is an original monster. And this is a new thing because normally characters like these don't really happen. And she was put into the book Weekends at Poison Lakes, which they changed to Valentine's at Poison Lake. So it's interesting how that kind of inspired. And the story that they added in here was very, very weird. It was cringy, and lots of things happened in that one that a lot of people go, "Oh boy!" But yeah, the thing is, she is I believe the term is a succubus, or at least a demon. She is a feminine demon through and through. And I don't want to say any more words because that's part of the controversy with this woman. But regardless, everything else about her I like. I like the design. I liked her story. I like everything that was going on. It's just you know, if you see my part, you know what I'm talking about. I'll just leave it at that. So there's that there. Now, before I joked about with the mud monsters, one of them being stuck in the pool, and that is true. That is a scare scene that happened. No unique monster for the actual poison lake that this thing is based off of, which is sad. But what can you expect? So I might as well mention it here. That is something I do not have, and I don't know if I'll ever have that because, quite frankly, why would I want a recolor of a mud monster? Unless, of course, they add a new monster to that, but I doubt it. But I digress. But really, screw the lake. This right here, this is the true event scene. This is the summoning portal. This allows you to summon Ellie as well as her minions, which look very intriguing. But yeah, something I've made note of before is that they must have recently changed the animations because now they kind of do this scaring thing. Before they used to just stand and just kind of take a while, but no, this time they kind of do this, which is unique, which is interesting because I haven't seen this happen before. Now, I think I talked about this during when this game came back with a new update kind of deal. uh like back in February they had a little bundle sale and you were able to kind of play through the quest line with her. But I digress. It was when I mentioned, oh, this actually looks familiar with them changing the animation. I'm not sure how long ago they did this, and I think I went in more in depth in there with my actual initial reaction. But yeah, so this is Ellie, how she originally looks. She looks like a monster, as you can expect her to. There she is. She goes to Booga Booga, as you can expect. And yeah, a lot of. Oh yeah, by the way, now go back over here. You are not allowed to be free. None of you are. Only the people I have not talked about can be free. Just know that. All right. So that is done. So now go back to Ellie. And yeah, she has some stuff like, be charm, mystic behaviors, invoke ritual, act neighborly, visit Mrs. Darks, watch horror movie, resurrect. So that's really it. I mean, I did a lot more details with a lot of their questioning and all that stuff, but that's the gist of her. And she is a very unique character. A lot of people seem to like her, and they are open to the idea from what I I did a survey back in February, and a lot of people seem to be open to the idea of them actually making new characters, so long as it's kind of justified to. So there's that. And yeah, this is the monster form. Crazy. Let me see if I can't move. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can't move this tree away. Not that one. There we go. Now this is going to look very funky, but it gives me a better idea. That and also helps with the thumbnails that I've kind of been setting up as of late, because I'm doing something a little bit new and unique. I'm going to be doing the actual avatars for these, so that's interesting. So let's see here. Where's the closest? There. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good enough, I think. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. There's a saber dancing. All right. So now goes to Nat and Pat. So, let's talk about Nat. So these are the twins from Beast from the East, and I went into details about this, but as you know, in this version, they've changed not only the age to be a little bit older, and I think they've described them as more of a gingery, I think maybe Irish consent. I mean, they're definitely Europe, but the other thing that makes it interesting is the fact that Nat, um, they changed genders to her. Not, I mean, Nat and Pat were like twin brothers, but now they're like different. And I think the reason they did this was so that way they actually look different. Like they have the same models and all that stuff, but they, one's a boy and the other one's a girl. So that's the only difference between these two. They actually have the same animations as one another. There's only like two different things about them that they actually do. For Pat, like again, they have all the same animations, except Pat has act defensively, and I think, yeah, hold on. I think it's like act defensively. Well, she has actually does a flying the kite. So normally I would have them kind of do the same thing to kind of be creepy about it. Actually, I could do that if I really want to. Like, I can do asking for help here. And then where's her brother? He's right over here. So I'm gonna try to time this so that way they both are doing the same thing. Also, ignore the doves outside. It's that time of the year. So, all right. I think it's about here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Look, that's good enough. Look at these guys. They're both doing the same thing. They're asking for help, and they're kind of like in sync, kind of, but you can see what they're trying to do here. So they each are unique, but they're different at the same time. Now, I haven't really shown off their houses of some of these characters because they're nothing really too special and all that. But I'll show Nat and Pat's because unless oh my god, I'm going all over the place. Where I don't even know where I am. There you go. This is unique. So these are two different houses. One of them's Nat, and then the other one's Pat. Now, as you can see, they're both half houses, and then if you actually put them together, it forms this nice little look here. And I actually like and dig what they did here, the kind of like roof houses. And I'm wondering if something like this actually exists, because if it does, then oh boy, that would be an interest. That's like an apartment almost. So yeah, much better than the house they were given, which was turned into this monstrosity, which is now a crafting scene, but that will be reviewed and talked about in the in that video. But hey, look at those creepy eyes. What is in the basement? Well, none other than the beast himself, Timmy. Yeah, his name is Timmy. That was the name given to Dustin. Dustin gave to it. So this is Timmy. As you can see, he's a big boy. And apparently it's weird because they've kind of made this creature as like Stitch in the sense that, he has a very cute, small, cuddly form. But then he has his normal monster form that we see in model. So, and hold on. What's fun about this character is that he's described as being a rat bear, which is like a weird creature that just because of the whole idea of like, ooh, it was taking care of the year of the rat, so why not? But yeah, let's summon the beast and have him go out. Unleash the beast. There he is. So let's see if I can't click on him. Can I click on you, please? Can I click to there we go. There we go. Now we got click to follow. So that's the beast. That's him doing his thing. Look at him run. Look at he go. It's weird too because it looks like the design they have it. Mostly, I think the inspiration to the beast could possibly come from the look, and I kind of described this. He kind of looks like the one they decided to do for the game Goosebumps the game, but that just might be me. Sorry. Apparently, every time I do these recordings, it's like it's like, oh, time to yawn. You know, before then, it's like, no problems yawning. No need to yawn at all. But now it's like, yeah, yawn time. Yeah, you know, open wide. But yeah, so I think there's gonna be at this rate, I think there's gonna be like 10 parts to this whole series. So the next one video is gonna be the last one. I believe I'm going to be doing it so that when it comes to the July part, that's when I'll end it for my sanity and yours. But yeah, that's March's update, the whole Beast from the East. So now let's go ahead and talk about some fun ones, like the Easter Fools update, Monster Blood. I don't know why I want to call it that now because of the awful slappy drop dead house. Monster Blood. I digress. So this is Monster Blood. There's a lot of things different with this, but let's just go ahead and talk about the least obvious out of the way. So Cuddles, there he is. There he be. There he is. This is Cuddles. Sadly, he does not have any animations, nor do Trigger. But he's basically like he is in the book. Trigger, on the other hand, is more of a white dog. And I believe, if I remember correctly, the kind of inspiration was, well, if Evan was supposed to be Dennis the Menace, Dennis the Menace had like this white dog. And, you know, I guess that's kind of the inspiration for that in the TV show, I guess. But the TV show had a different dog, but... Anyways, and if you're wondering about the weird pauses each time, that's basically me pausing the video, yawn, and then turn it back on so you don't have to bother that whole thing. So I'm kind of saving you the issue here. But I'll load off there because I might as well put those two characters off afterwards. But for now, we'll go back because there is another character we have to talk about, namely a scene. But let's go ahead and find the character, Evan. Oh, there he is. He's running away. Like the coward that he is. All right, give me a sec. Where's Evan? There he is. So this is Evan. He is the prankster kid. And this is the interesting part. So as you'll notice, and I'll go over here, Evan and Andy, they're from the book, except not really. Because Evan is a few years younger, and Andy's a lot more older, and more of a anarchist and a punk. And, you know, like if you look at Andy, this is where she is. She certainly stands out, let me say that. But yeah, like, again, the changes are not that bad because they kind of fit the style, but they really went unique and creative with the liberties that they could do when it comes to the story. So I find it interesting how they kind of portray with Andy. She is described as being the aunt to Evan in a sense. So I'm guessing that they're kind of related in this case instead of like it being two friends and other stuff. But yeah, Andy is interesting. You know, got egging, vandalize, headbanging, listen to loud music, listen to rock music, listen to loud metal, and a hangover. Okay, so a hangover, it's 45 minutes. It used to be like 45 hours. 2 days of a hangover. Like, dang, girl. How much did you drink? I know I digress, but anyways. We'll have her headbang, you know, rocking it out like she would. And I've had her do this animation for some fun little ideas. So, you know, there's that kind of stuff, so that's going to be fun. But the real reason I did that was because the other three characters actually have a scene. Now, as you'll notice, this is the crappy Dark Vault chemicals, as I mentioned before. This used to be the old crafting station that is repurposed. That's no longer the case anymore. In fact, if you look over here, this prize is now the crafting the Monster Blood house, which makes a bit more sense in this case, but yeah, you know, whatever. But yeah, this weird looking junkyard area, the Dark Falls Junkyard. What's interesting is that this was designed to be an old toy factory or an old toy shop with the Monster Blood logo. And I think that was supposed to be a little symbol or something. But yeah, this turned into a junkyard with grass and a weird car. But I love the grass. It's supposed to be the gnarly graveyard look. But, you know, it kind of seems interesting how this was set up. But you know what? Let's go ahead and do the monster characters. So, you know, Monster Blood 1, Monster Blood 2, and then this is Monster Blood 3. You know, all the characters are here. Now the sad part is that they just grew the sprite size to be bigger instead of, you know, adding a little bit more, like maybe some monster slime on the mouth or something, or making it a little bit more demented, but whatever. Okay. I guess it's like it fits the story, I guess. You know. I guess more cuddles. I mean, look at this adorable thing. You can't really be scared of that. I mean, like I said too, Evan, I get, you know, because he's a giant kid and look at him stomp around like that's dangerous. Big dog, no, he's not scary at all. I mean, look, he's a good boy. He's a good doggo. All he wants to do is just be happy and like give kisses. Like look, see, he's giving kisses. He's happy. He's wagging his tail, right? And then Cuddles is just happy to be free, running, just running around, being happy that he's not in his ball, which I don't think he minds, according to the dialogue with Drool. Apparently, he loves his ball. But there's the big hamster boy. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of down that there's no uniqueness to these guys because it's sad because you would think that maybe if the game comes back, they might be able to kind of utilize some animations for these two characters, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, you know, there they are. And then of course, Evan is way up here, I think. Is he up here? Let's find out. I mean, it's kind of hard not to miss a big giant kid. So, yeah, I think I'll find him somewhere. The question is where. That is the question I want to figure out. Where he be? Where he be? Where how could you lose a giant kid? Come on now. Oh yeah, Giant G. Come on now. Where he be? Where is he? I'm obsessed with trying to find this kid. Oh, there he is way over here. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on, where he was going around. But yeah, there's Giant Evan. That's what he looks like. But yeah, you know, might as well desummon the characters, and as you see, they just shrunk down. So yeah. Also, this is sad because what's interesting here is Dark Falls Chemicals drops the Monster Blood can. Right, but the book prize this time around was one of the old prizes to the Dark Welcome to Dead House, which is this item, which actually every 24 hours drops Monster Blood, so you don't even need to run that anymore, meaning that they don't even have unique animations, so why even bother, right? So I guess I'll put these guys out now. Let's have them eat Monster Blood. No, yeah, you know what, screw it. Eat Monster Blood because I do not like my life. I already talked about with Curly, but I'll mention him when his event he kind of came up on. So, you know, he can eat Monster Blood, but, you know, rummage through trash like dogs that he is. And then Evan, well, you know, he has a bunch of animations: Kart Race, Escape School, Fig, Cuddles and Trigger, Monster Blood, assuming, and then, well, we'll have him play Monster Blood because, you know, he gets to play around with the Monster Blood can. like a Monster's energy drink. So it's not even Monster blood. It's just like getting sprayed with high carbonated caffeine in his face. So that must not be good for him. But oh well, whatever. Now let's go to the sci-fi event. The one event that I said that was the worst one ever, in my opinion. Not really, but the book really did fix this, and I really do appreciate this one now. But back in the day, oh boy, it was glitch. It was not very couldn't smooth. Yes, smooth. That's the word. But yes, this it came from the internet, very ominous and weird looking. But yeah, this comes with two free characters. Dr. Brownstein, Mark, and Rachel. Rachel, it was the free character you could have gotten. She and Mark was designed mostly by the characters from that internet movie, the Hackers, I think it was called, which is obvious when you take a look into it and you're like, oh yeah. Though she's rocking the 80s, 90s glow in the dark pants. Like the pants that she's wearing right now like totally resembles something you see in like a old arcade like floor. The type of carpets I'm talking about, right? Yeah, so that's the kind of design she got for her. She, Mark, and maybe if I disappear from here, I won't have to click on it accidentally. Oh, fine. Go dance. I try to, but oh well. Yeah, so Rachel has only like one unique animation. Mark, on the other hand, and Brownstein's were exclusive to the packs, but I don't think that's it anymore. So this is what he looks like. Looks pretty like a kid you would suspect. And then Dr. Brownstein looks like an insane professor. I kind of said that his inspiration was mostly coming from that one Dr. Junkenstein's costume that in Overwatch. And, I joked about all that type of stuff too. So yeah, he has a bunch of stuff. He's kind of the more. It's almost like if Dr. Fredericks and Shock had a child, this would be him. This is him right here. Oh, that's an insult for both of them. But yeah, I think that's basically it. He's the love child to both of these characters. Great, I'm gonna have to make that joke now, and when that comes out. Oh boy. All right, so this is the Internet Cafe. This is the scene for this event. And before, this used to be a mess, but now all three characters are assigned. So the purple one is Rachel, blue one is Mark, and then Spider, which is mostly designed from the cover art, is being controlled by Brownstein. And what's interesting is if you notice that the actual Spider character has color scheme is blue and purple, and Rachel and Mark celebrates that color scheme as well. Like if you notice here, I really do dig how they did kind of design, like how big Spider is and how he looks. He's kind of interesting. Meanwhile, these other ones that Mark and Rachel turned into was more like squid monsters. Like Spider looks like like an actual spider octopus. Meanwhile, the other two are just space octopuses. But maybe they're like baby versions. I don't know. I know they just turn into the minions, so I do like the idea of the story that Brownstein is like, nah, you know what? I turn you into that because why not? I think that is also referencing from the book. Yeah, you know what? This was one of the events I kind of assist with mostly, and I figured threw in some ideas from like each book. I didn't finish all of them. I think I kind of went into details with the actual event itself, so I won't go too much in depth there. But yeah, just know that happened, and that was certainly fun when that was a thing. But yeah, all these characters are now done. Click on this. So now we'll have Mark. We can have him hack, right? That would be fun. I guess him sitting around doing nothing. Or we can have him ride back to the future, in his 2015 float board that we have still not yet have. You know, Marty McFly, this kid has one. Why can't we get one? That's oh yeah, look at them. They're now in sync. That's cool. Oh, that's creepy. Hold on. All right, yeah, you can have your fun here, but oh my god, look at this. This is what I wanted. Look at these two. They're in sync. They're like real twins. This is creepy. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. All right, cool. So I got to show you that off so that, yeah, they are indeed twins. Rachel, you're over here. Rachel only has one animation, which is the phone call. Mark also has this animation, by the way, so it's nothing too unique. Although, where is... Oh, yeah, Rachel. So I'm just going to follow her. And then I go to Dr. Brownstein. Where are you going? Did I put a phone somewhere else? I think I did, and I think that's where you're heading to, so... Let me just see what goes on here, because I'm kind of curious myself. And don't worry, I might as well just kind of do this a little bit while, because we only have one more thing to talk about, and then we'll be done. So, and then the rest is going to, the next video is going to be the last of my collection, because it's going to be relatively short, as you'll find out why. Yeah, so... Where did she go? Oh yeah, she's going over here. So yeah, that's what she does. She kind of does tries to look like she's dialing the phone number just like in the movie, but she's just kind of patting the air, I guess. I guess she doesn't know. Man, let's not tell her that. Okay. No. Brownstein. We could do a lot of stuff. I think let's have him go back in time because it's a little bit more fun this way. Kind of does this. Interesting. Yeah, so he does this kind of thing, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah, this was the 2nd-year anniversary cake, and the one going on right now is the 1st year, and they're also selling this item pack for this event currently right now, because it was the only event style happening in May for the anniversaries, which sucks, but what? Okay. Oh no, I clicked on Chuck. Hold on, let me put Chuck away. Let me have you do something. Hey, Chuck. Can I click on? Thank you. Play your Game Boy. Right. Right. Now we get to talk about this person I was meaning to talk about for a while now. Let's talk about the mayor. The Mayor Johnson, she is the mayor of the town. Sorry, I wanted to click all that stuff. There she is. So she was introduced in the game with the other nobodies, but she actually got mostly fleshed out. She is a mayor that kind of, like, first kind of was like, the monster doesn't exist, and then she kind of grew to love them. And it's like, yeah, I love monsters. I love all this stuff. So she ended up actually taking part of it. And later on, things just started to get worse, and 2020 was not a great year. It just didn't end up going well, and she ended up going through a depression. And then, when her event come out with another character, which is her son, she just snapped, and she decided to take something of value. So she's technically was in the game already, but she has unique because she decided to, with a help of a certain character that I'll show off in a minute, decided to steal this from Dr. Brown's, from Shock of all people, and just went to town and started going on a killing rampage, becoming a monster herself. Because look at this. I'm really just surprised she was able to control this thing. And what was Shock doing with this? What was the original intent with this? She's just a mad woman. Look at this. She went nuts. She went insane, and I love the fact that she's just taking this weird monstrosity. And I was being so secretive, like, ooh, I wonder what this is supposed to be, right? But then, of course, the game was just like, oh, by the way, buy this pack. And I'm like, oh, great, thanks. I was trying to be very secretive of what this was, but no, the game had to spoil it and be like, oh, no, it's Mayor Johnson, right? I mean, in the title screen, they kind of hinted, oh, like, ooh, what is this weird monster, right? It was like a superhero for one of the characters, but... it's what it is. I digress. I keep on saying that a lot, but really, it's at the end of the day, it's like I wanted to move on. But yeah, this is Monster. She just kind of does this, and she kind of shoots her lasers and put fires on people. She's attacking the citizens as we speak. Like, look at this. She's gone insane. Okay, good. She's done. Right. Now, let's have her do something fun. Let's see what kind of animations we could do. Project of Art Station. Go shopping. Yeah, she just came back from her trip down onto the Mayfield Bazaar because, that's how the mayor spends her tax money. I say, why not? Splurge yourself sometimes, right? I say. And I do love it because once this other character came in for this update, it ended up actually fleshing her out, and I do like her as a character. She is one of the nobody characters I actually really love, just because of the way they decided to do her and the storylines and all that. So there's that. I mentioned before that there was a character that was introduced that just so happened to. Let's just see if we can't find it here. Yes. So there was a character. This shoulder machine looks familiar, but that's because if we click on it, oops. Yes. This is Gina. Gina the genie that came from Screams of the Evil Genie. Yes, this was another weird character from a book that had its own thing, and she just came out of nowhere, and she became one of those MacGuffins in the story of how she got everything. Just the genie did it. We still have yet to see anything of her. Hopefully, we might be getting a full book of her. Maybe if it comes back, maybe her as a walk around or something like that, and maybe that was be one of the last wish that she ends up doing with making the deal with the mayor, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the vending machine. Let's have her summon. She has it in her gas form, and then she does her genie spooky form. So she has that, and oh yeah, she's scaring one of the characters that I'm about to talk about in a minute. So do not worry. So let's have her do that. Have her scare around people, and all the monsters, and try not to get what do you call it, not spooked, but unfortunately clicking the wrong thing at the wrong time. No, not that. you know she got that stuff going on with her, spooking some characters. I love the fact that her scare face kind of has a weird looking demented troll face to it before turning to normal, like if you look carefully. Yeah, so that's weird. She has like a genie look to her. So maybe it will be weird to see what they'll do with this character, associating with how they're gonna design it and all that. But I'm curious, and it would be interesting to see how this kind of plays out because I think she's a character that could be utilized within the story. But yeah, no, there she was. Yeah, so the genie, Gina, that's that. So, I digress. All this stuff came from the storybook, Phantom of the Auditorium, which is interesting. And the character in question that was introduced alongside, if I could probably find him before, having to click. Okay, screw it. Zeke. Zeke over here is Mayor Johnson's son, so Zeke Johnson. And what's interesting is that Zeke is a character in the books. However, it's not, they decided to utilize again with all this stuff here. He is an older kid. Mentions the school he went to in the book is mentioned as a college. The only connection is that Brooke was his pen pal, I guess, for an assignment. So kept in touch. And I think that's about it, I guess, with them. He has a lot of interesting animations, parkour, suit triples. Dude is Dan Zeke, which is his unique dance that do not steal Fortnite. I know what you're doing. But yeah, there's that there, and he'll go to do some shooting hoops at the place. What's here too? So the mayor comes with the actual the actual town hall. Meanwhile, this house here, this is actually the Johnson's residence, so she actually lives here as well. So that's interesting that he comes with the house, and he's actually, I think, a permanent character you can actually grab in the shop. If I'm not mistaken, let me go double check right now. Maybe. I don't, maybe he's over here. Yeah, he is. So you can grab him, so that's at least good. So if you really want Johnson's son, you can have him here. Now, before we end it off, I might as well talk about the actual unique scene, which, we can't have the Phantom of the Auditorium without, the Phantom of the Auditorium. So here it is, the Auditorium with the Phantom. And what's interesting is that the Phantom himself is actually a unique character. It's kind of played out like, oh, maybe Zeke is, but, it's showing that this Phantom is a interesting character, like it stands out. And they kept it very anonymous of who this person is. What's funny about this character, though, one thing, though, if you'll notice here, this is like Emily's hideout. So I'm going to assume this is actually Emily we see here. As of what they look like, it'll be interesting. Maybe it'll still keep it a mystery, but we know this is probably, my assuming is that this is the actual character, Emil. Is it Emil or yeah, I think it's Emil. Emil, yeah, my bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, so this is Emil's place. And what's funny about this is the mask that they use right here is actually it's a stone mask from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure season 1, I believe. And what was unique about this mask is that it had the power to, if you wear this mask and put blood on it, it will basically turn you into an immortal vampire, hence the way it looks. Again, this is just the basic information. JoJo Bizarre Adventure is way too bizarre and way too complicated to talk about because there's this weird things that happen. You just gotta go, okay, yeah, no, that makes total sense. But that's the little nod there, the kind of design which I do like. Some interesting facts about with that, which I found out. I'm gonna hopefully play. I mean, he's gonna do his flashing gesture, which is to be expected at this point. So here we go. He's gonna flash. Yeah. Oh god, he's flashing to the little girl. That's not nice. Actually, he's more doing the Batman, if anything. But over here, it doesn't look very too pleasant with him doing the back, doing the T pose. Asserting his dominance to the citizens is certainly truly terrifying with this guy. So I don't blame the citizens running away from him. But what I was about to say I was too fascinated with this guy with his animations and great. I was already forgetting what I was about to talk about. So this is going to really be ticking me off figuring out what I was trying to say because this character really does. Oh, right. Thank you. Now I finally figured out what it was. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about this character when the book comes back into the game. Because something I found out was that I found the original look of the Phantom of the Auditorium. And all I will say is that the character looked like just Dustin of all people. And I did mention that there was a beta version of him. So yeah, there's a costume of that. So, if the game decides to add costumes to the game, most likely they'll add that in there as an easy Easter thing. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's it for this part here. And the next, we're going to talk about the last lucky 13 characters I have left to talk about for the last of 2020. And I'll talk about the scenes that I have not gotten yet, as well as the scenes I have. So hopefully you enjoy this. I'll be seeing you next time. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.